Yo, yo, yiggity, yo. 2020 called. It said it was just screaming on the other end. Welcome to this series that I'm dressed like a cat and you don't know why yet, so that's a little bonkers. Welcome to my new series called Smoke and Mirrors, where I consume a little bit of cannabis, which I have now done, and talk to you and show you makeup. I don't know. That's the mirrors part, and the smoke part is where we talk about things. And today, I'm going to talk to you about my dog, my service dog, my dog. So I'm sure many of you may know that I have a dog named Sadie. She's going to be 3 in October. Oh yeah, I'm also going to take this makeup off while I talk to you. I hope you don't mind. You're going to see it go on, So, as we are here living the dream, I thought it would only be appropriate that this episode be brought to you by the strain Blue Dream, not sponsored by a plant. Anyway, so Sadie is in training to be my service dog. She is a service dog in training, and we've been out of practice for a while, through 2020, which is mainly due to the fact that we were living in the woods, in quarantine, essentially. So we haven't gone out to work and train a whole lot. And to me personally, that's fine for our journey. That's just where we are. And we've been training and working a lot more since moving into the city about a month ago now, I guess, is when we moved. Anyway, I noticed very quickly, once we moved out here, before we got into our place, there was a week or maybe a week and a half where we were kind of displaced. We were staying at friends' houses and waiting for the place to be ready, and then the places that we stayed, those people had dogs, and Sadie started resource guarding me in front of those dogs, which is not good. But anyway, she was super not into the situation, feeling really insecure, didn't know her place in the world. La la la. Aren't we all a little bit like that sometimes? But for a service dog, that's not acceptable behavior, and, not good, not okay. She has calmed down a lot now. However, she still wants to protect me. She'll just get close to me and kind of, groan at them and show, do the lip thing, show her teeth, And that is aggressive behavior, as they say in French, and we don't like that. That's not okay. So that's something that we're working on. It's hard for me to talk about that on the internet because if you're a part of the service dog community, you know that it's a dog-eat-dog world out there for handlers. People are very judgmental and spooky, but I'm being honest in my journey, so subscribe. Something that I'm really cracking down on is she jumps up on people's crotches when she wants to greet them socially, and that's not okay. So we're learning that as she gets more comfortable in our home and starts to feel more confident again, that we're gonna stay here type of thing. It's getting easier to train her because she's not as nervous or freaking out all the time. So that's nice. We did makeup for a photo shoot, and she pretty quickly laid down and realized, oh, I'm gonna have to nap for a while. C'est la vie. So that was good and very, very encouraging. Something I've started training for just life and as kind of I don't know if it's even a task, something she can do for me while she's working. I guess it's a task. I could tell you what it is, couldn't I? When she wants to cross the street, I've been trying to get her to take me to the crosswalk. I started training that by leading her to the crosswalk. This is where we cross, so I tell her, okay, cross, and then that's her thing to cross the street. I've started kind of praising her for being in the crosswalk when we're walking on the painted lines, oh, good girl, you're on the crosswalk. I'm using a different voice so that she doesn't think she's being praised for doing nothing. So for me, when I am in a state of dissociation, it's I know where I want to go, but I can't make my body go there because I'm not connected to my body. It's really hard to explain, and that's not what this video is. But if you know what I'm talking about, in a situation like that, she can keep me safe. I can tell her, like, where's the crosswalk? And another thing I've been teaching her is where's your house? Because I don't know, if she ever gets away and somebody says, where's your house? She can bring them here. I don't know. It seems genius to me. Something I've started training during playtime, just to kind of keep her obedience sharp, and by keep it sharp, I mean sharpen it again, is making her stay after I throw the ball. And that's really, really, really tough for her. And she is a smart dog, so she catches on quickly. Once I figure out how to communicate to her what I want, she catches on very quickly. That's something we don't talk about enough. Dogs are amazing. People just need to learn how to communicate with them effectively. And I'm still learning how to communicate with my dog. I am not some sort of service dog training guru. Like, people want me to make service dog training videos, and I'm very reluctant to do that because, like, I'm still learning, dude. This is my first run at it. Follow, like, Service Angel Percy. Right, so she knows how to stay, but making her stay after I throw the ball, which is her favorite thing in the world to run after these days, it kind of reiterates the fact that I am the captain now. You know? The fact that she resource guards me in front of other animals. No, cats are... She's so chill with cats. She loves them. I think she thinks they're squirrels. But where was I going with that thought? Right. Just kind of... I've started making her wait just because, which, like, she does that in the dog food aisle. We train there quite often. When we're in a store with dog stuff and, like, we don't have company, usually we'll go down the dog aisle and I'll do some training drills with her if it's not very busy, you know. I don't want to be that guy clogging up the aisle during COVID season. It's all one-way traffic and complicated. There are so many wipes on the floor around my garbage can. But the fact that it's really difficult for her to not run after the ball makes it so much more rewarding when she does well, and she just gets that much more excited when I tell her, okay, and then she gets to go ripping off after it. I'm proud of her. Today, actually, we were coming back from the park, and there's a place where we normally just cross the street. And just to test her, because I've been trying to teach her left from right, and you never know if she really knows or if it's just like that I'm communicating with the leash. I told her, okay, turn left. And without any hesitation, she turned left. And I really, really expected her to try to cross the street because that's what we always do, you know? So I was really proud. And I don't know, owner training is really hard and really lonely because you want to look like you know what you're doing, but also nobody really knows exactly what they're doing unless there's somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. But most of the time it's just a normal person like you or me working with the help of a professional trainer, and it's a long road, but it's, for me personally, it has been worth it. I took a huge risk getting a rescue dog because, I mean, she was born in care, but I don't know anything about her medical history. All I know is, like, great, she didn't have any trauma. So if she's messed up, it's all my fault. Something that I have found hugely helpful in the getting back on our A game. Did I make a weird sound with my mouth? ASMR. Something that I've found very, very helpful in the whole getting back on our A game situation is absolutely no more people food. Like, not from my plate. I made a note here that says she never gets people food unless I'm a little high at night and put some in her bowl when she isn't looking / asking for it, which is true. If there's like a piece, like the end of the block of cheese is all dried out or something, sometimes I'll cut that part off and put it in her dog dish if she isn't hovering around in the kitchen. And then when she walks by next, she has a nice little treat. But that isn't often, and it's not much, and it's never from the table, and it's never from the fridge. It's a hard habit to undo, but we're doing it. And this makes her treats more high value to her again. That's fantastic. I don't have my... what's it in here? Anywho, So her dog treats slash whatever I deem to be acceptable for her is high value again because she doesn't get the number of treats she was getting over the summer. When your whole family gets together and they all love dogs, all the dogs love treats, everybody gives everybody treats, man. Oh, I don't want to wear these anymore. Wow. Let me see. Oh yeah, and I'm just working on her not losing her gosh darn mind when she sees people that she knows coming to our home. She just gets really, really excited and doesn't know what to do with the energy. So she jumps up, and I was not as forceful in training her to not do that as I should have been. So now we're doing it now. So we're still adjusting to being in the city slash being a team, but it's 2020. We're all just doing the best that we can with what we have and surviving. But if you have PTSD, you know what it what it feels like to just be surviving, because that's kind of what our lives are, man. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you are notified on your phone every time I upload a video. And don't forget to be kind to yourself and others today. And if you have an animal that you're training, talk to me in the comments about it. I love hearing about that stuff. Anyway, enjoy your day. I keep finding so much makeup that didn't come off of my face.